Damage? Hello? Saigon Buffalo? Damage? Where damage?
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing? Hello?
Well, there's a Jace.
Pacifist? I mean, fair enough. They are herbivores, so pacifist buffalo, I guess.
I mean, there's a Jace, to be fair. I think late game they do have some damage to work with, especially if Shogun is going for this build that was teased by Clockwork. Honestly, both builds are fine. The AD build is a little bit more short range. Okay, we have a huge clash level 1 setting up here.
Yeah, but it's B. You can just crash down to get out of there. So SGB ward the play off, but nothing really comes of it.
Unfortunate. We actually had one of those games for Saigon Buffalo go horribly wrong level 1, so I'm always happy to see them actually surviving the level 1, because that second game against Cerberus basically was lost in 1 minute, and we never want to see that. We want an exciting 40-minute back-and-forth team-fighting game again, because the last one was a banger. The mid lane matchup does interest me quite a bit, because so far I think Froggy has been the better player between Carti and Froggy, playing very well in the laning phase, and yeah, Carti had a better laning performance on the Malzahar, but some struggles later on in the game to actually how to teamfight with the champion, so Froggy back on one of his mainstay champion in the Galio, caught a lot of flack on the analyst desk, more so than I would have expected, but on the other side, Carti also back to a scaling teamfighting mage, so both of these players happy to be back in their comfortable form.
Yeah, I agree. I'm really disappointed in one really minor thing that BJ didn't do. Froggy killed a ward in that level 1 play, so they could have actually gone for a crazy level 2 gank on the Jarvan. He would have hit level 2 on the Galio super early, so it would have been cool to make that happen, but oh well.
Yeah. Sometimes you see these little things that change the matchup. One ward kill I don't think is enough to push the minion count to another level, but yeah, it could have happened for sure. We see our favorite champion in the bot lane, I think, Rel, right? The Poopy Pants special.
I don't know what you're into, but Poopy Pants isn't my favorite.
Yes.
As BJ has made his way up to the top side, they will be able to take down this Scion easy enough. Kiaya comes out into the zombie mode, but is not looking particularly scary.
That's... Oh, wait about the scary part. Oh my god, no!
I'm leaving. I can't tolerate that.
He walked the wrong way, no?
Speaking of shitting your pants, BJ's got a full diaper.
What just happened there? Kiaya, how does this happen so many times? So Kiaya has been the main focus of the first gank in every single game so far today, and more often than not, actually in 2 of the 3 games, he has gotten away with a kill. It's so weird, because it seems like both teams are just handshaking on their early priorities, with GAM focusing bot lane, and SGB always with the first gank in top lane. Kiaya is hopelessly overextended. Hasmet actually using the E here is crucial. He didn't need to use the E. He could have just pushed away the zombie for an easy exit. But BJ can also just walk
But BJ could just walk away!
I mean, he could also just kill the zombie. Both of these are viable options. He chose the one option, the only option that could potentially lead to his death. Also flashing the wrong way. So... impressive from BJ that he was able to spot the one path to his own death, but definitely not great. I mean, it's still only a Scion with a kill, so it should be a good time for Hasmet anyway.
It's also the J4 flash.
For sure.
That's a
for
shocker.
Sure.
It's a shocker.
Yeah, it's not quite as detrimental as in Gwen getting the first blood in game 1, right? But it's still not great. And now GAM is here to retaliate. Hasmet has his flash ready, though. And they have they have a ward. They should be able to get away here. Right.
No, he is screwed. There's a Rel and a Viego. He is never getting away here.
Well, I thought he could have flashed and then used his ultimate movement speed, but apparently not. BJ is wandering around. Never mind, SGB called in the cavalry.
Ooh, that they have. Can Levi and Kiaya find a way out of this one? Woo! I feel like you have to go under tower if you're going to go this many up here. But they choose to just get a little bit of poke.
Like both supports decided to just wander towards the top lane. This time B, though, the one with better map rate and just arriving there a little bit more quickly. So Taki just wasted a lot of time. Now, this can actually be advantageous for as ADC, of course, because level 6 is a huge spike for Kai'Sa, makes her much more dangerous, makes her able to reposition and threaten a dive onto the enemy ADC. And she is actually going for the tier build, so we are probably going to see the AP build for the first time in the VCS, because so far we've only seen the crit build, I believe. There might have been one game with a tier.
Yeah, no, that's correct.
So I'm excited for this one. I've actually played some Kai'Sa with this build. It is absolutely disgusting on 3 items. The W cooldown is 2 seconds, and it chunks you for 500 HP. So it's enjoyable to play against, for sure.
Style just picked up 2 plates.
Yeah, that's on Zeri in lane. So Zeri actually winning lane. Zeri is looking better and better with every single game we see. And I think Style is the better Zeri player in the first place, even though Shogun had an amazing performance in game 2. So expect this to be... oh no, Taki.
Just an attempt. It's okay. B just managing to get away. Levi has picked up the dragon as well. So all things going right for GAM.
So where is Froggy going to move first? He has Predator. He does have his ultimate now. He just used his Predator to go back into lane, but that's only a 90-second cooldown, so, and probably even less at this point because Ingenious Hunter. So he should be able to make something happen on the map. Hasmet also just whiling away in the top lane. But yeah, I think this really comes down to Froggy and BJ synergy, and they looked amazing in their semi-final, the mid-jungle, and even the last time we saw them in the VCS against Cerberus. They just ran the show from start to finish. So I expect BJ and Froggy to group up again and maybe put some attention onto the bot lane.
Maybe. But, I mean, we are 30 seconds away from the Herald. It's going to be SGB with the better timed ADC reset, but with already losing 2 plates in the bottom side, I think it's really dangerous to rotate your ADC up there, and they're not going to. Shogun will just be going back to the bot side. I feel like GAM is just kind of dominating the map right now.
Yeah, they seem to be ahead in every single step, and this mostly comes down to mid priority, in my opinion, where Kati is able to just stand up to Froggy much more than the previous games. B also just being quicker with his rotations. Do we have a level 6 on the supports? No, neither side has level 6. Can B sneak some experience in the top lane? That could actually completely turn the game around if he gets to level 6. That's a huge power spike for a champion like Rel. Same goes for Taki, but Taki's nowhere close to any experience. Scary, scary start to the fight.
Very scary. No level 6 for the support. Something always
Choo
to check in. But here he comes. Choo Choo. On the other side, it's going to be BJ trying to get the party started. Cardi taking so much punishment.
Oh, the Galio!
They put the dunk down. Galio comes in on top. Kaboom, kaboom. On left and right. But it doesn't matter when GAM is rocking bombs. And it's Levi dropping him down Saigon, picking up a kill with a flash over the wall. Froggy, the last man standing in the fight, and GAM have dominated.
It's release day's difference if I've ever seen one. Viego turns invincible. At the moment, Froggy's ultimate would have hit him and probably turned the fight around. But Levi just stays there, invincible for a few frames, and then turns the fight around completely. 5-2 in kills. A huge team fight to open up game number 3. And listening to our analysts, they were already very hopeful for the composition of GAM in the late game. It looks like the game starts with a huge win in team fight. So far, the team winning early games has always lost the game, but also Red Side has won the game 2 times in a row. So GAM starting off with a very promising first fight of the game.
That is a fantastic bit of play. Whew.
Yeah, just so unfortunate for the side of Froggy. He had the damage, definitely, to kill Levi there. If his ultimate lands, that's 150 to 200 damage plus 1 empowered auto attack. That's probably enough to kill Levi, but he turns invincible, and then Froggy's ultimate and all his efforts just fizzle out. Nothing happens there. And that was all they tried to set up. The whole composition is designed to have this Galio engage combo with the J4, and it just didn't do anything. So now they're in a really precarious spot for the rest of the game. Galio is already falling behind. The ADC needs a lot of time to scale. She needs really 2-3 items to start the poke. And before that, yeah, she can be strong in team fights, but it's not really what this build is going for. So I think GAM is just already noticing, okay, we just accelerated the game. The enemy team can do absolutely nothing to fight back.
They're going to try and pick up something here,
Oh,
but B
Shogun!
just plays it perfectly. Shogun, that's a shocker of a mistake. He goes down. Levi trying to get towards the Soul, can't actually do it, so it's a big shutdown. Give it back over to Husband, and finally, SGB, they've come out of the bunkers, and now they're flinging the artillery as they pick up some kills.
Shogun forgets how to walk, but GAM forgets how to count. Basic maths problem here. You have 5 members, you have 4 members, they have 5. You should not fight. They just chase under the tower. The tower, of course, evaporates before the fight even starts, but it's still 5 members strong from SGB, and they can't even get the tower on the top side because it's a full tank, Kiaya. He doesn't have the hull breaker, unfortunately, for all the Saigon lovers. It looks so promising for GAM. It looks like the game is just over after this fight, but look at Froggy. He's sprinting down with his Predator boots. And Hasmet has arrived too, so in the end, Levi doesn't get the reset on Shogun. That is crucial. This time he doesn't get the invincible frame, because he tried to get on Shogun, but then he was a little bit too squishy.
Him away.
Beautifully done.
Huge.
So they are aware of their downfall in the last game. Shogun, you need to be very, very careful. Kiaya can probably kill you twice before you even get him to half HP.
But with friends, maybe they can get something going.
Movement!
But he just has the steps. I don't think it's going to matter in the end, but he gets under the tower. You where he lives. Oh my god.
Oh my Kiaya!
Oh,
take a bow!
okay.
My god.
I'm sorry. I thought... BJ.
I've never seen a sign move like that. That is not allowed on this champion. You are not allowed to move like this.
Not meant to be that agile.
Holy
He's a big
moly.
boy.
Oh, Kiaya putting everyone aside. And he's supposed to be the weak side in this game. They were putting so much pressure on him. If your weak side can just outplay every play, there is no angle for victory for the enemy team, because you're winning on both sides. Your strong side is winning naturally, and your weak side is outplaying every single dive. Wow.
The only weak thing here is BJ's ankles, because Kiaya keeps shattering them.
Yeah, it's true. BJ, he had some very good performances, especially in the team fights in the last game. I really liked his zoning on Jin Zhao and just taking care of the Senna, zoning her away from ever auto-attacking anyone. But in this game so far, overstep after overstep, and it looks like Levi is taking control of the jungle matchup once again after a little bit of a blunder in game 2.
We'll have to see if that can continue. Viego, of course, he might get fed, but all it takes is one bit of mispositioning, one Galio taunt landing, and he is still a very squishy champion. If they can blow him up and deny the resets, that would be huge.
Oh, for sure.
So I'm not going to count Saigon Buffalo out of this one quite yet.
So the problem with Zeri, or playing against Zeri as BJ, is Zeri can just walk over terrain. So your consignment there, your ultimate lockdown, doesn't actually do much against Zeri if she has the E available. Actually just extends her defensive ability. So they really have to be careful to coordinate their engage on style. Maybe they just ignore style and try to kill Kati, isolate Kati and Levi, and then go from there. So there's a little bit of a timer, I think, on the composition for Saigon Buffalo. If style gets 2, 3, 4 items, how do you deal with them?
It's a good question, your way. It's a good question. Let's hope they maybe find a way. Maybe Shogun all-ins if he lands a W. I don't know how he hits a Zeri in this scenario, but who knows?
Ooh, Shogun. Oh, I'm not sure if I agree with Shogun's build here. Oh, style though, needs to be careful.
Has been caught out, knocked up, that's a kill.
I mean, that's how you kill style, I guess, if he just walks into you. That's easy enough. Both ADCs, when we wanted to talk about the ADCs and how they can really decide the match, and now both ADCs just committing sin after sin after sin. This game's really more about the top lane and junglers so far, unfortunately. But maybe we can come back to it later in the team fights. They should scale up to be one of the major influences on both sides, really. But so far, too many blunders from the bot lane position, and we have to look at the playmakers, especially on the top side.
That we do, particularly for GAM, as their top duo have been absolutely poggers. And I want to give a shout out to B as well on the rel. Has been everywhere. As GAM move over, they'll pick themselves up the second Herald, grow the lead, potentially, even further. course, it's not immediate gold. But they have completely shut SGB out of objectives. Not a single objective taken.
Yeah, and this whole composition for SGB was designed to dictate the pace of the mid-game, and they're behind on every play. So they're already failing on their first objective of the composition. Now, we have seen teams come back, actually twice in a row. This whole series is just comeback after comeback after comeback. So we can be hopeful that they can once again come back into the game and maybe win some team fights, as Froggy has...
Well played. Good ever for us.
He's very surprised by 2 enemies showing that were already visible, apparently. But he gets away, so that's nice. Hasmid also now in a position to deal some serious damage to the towers. Kiaya can never really do anything against him. Not that Hasmid can do anything against Kiaya either, but he can walk around him.
This is you know, to bring back an old meme. It's a wet noodle fight.
Which is maybe a weird thing to say about a Jace.
Well, yeah, it's true.
Carti,
though, a little bit more al dente. Oh, Carti, he's just been completely caught. He buys so much time with the hourglass.
No!
And oh no, it's all gone wrong. Stopwatch is a good item, as he gets so much of a delay there. The rest of GAM are able to reinforce, and SGB have just been absolutely ruffle stomped.
Yeah, I think that's probably the game here. It might be a little early to say that, but that's such a huge swing once again. This 3rd dragon as well for GAM. And, well, there's one thing you always need to make sure of before you engage, to press tab. Because if there's a stopwatch in the enemy inventory, your whole engage can be thwarted, just like it was there from Carti.
The issue here is they don't show far enough back. I really wanted to point it out, is that even if you know there's a stopwatch, you can't do anything else. You're hiding in a bush, and he's the one walking at you.
Yep.
You don't have another choice. You got to take what you're given, and he's the one with the stopwatch.
Yeah, it's very. It looks a little unfortunate, but also the collapse from GAM is so quick. They all just collapsed in 1 second. Swift movement from all the members. Great CC chaining as well. Style might die here though.
No, I think he's okay for now. He's still alive, your way. He's still alive. Finally,
Penta.
Down. But in the meantime, there was a little bit of a triple kill. Picked up, this is a Penta angle, as he's just picked up the 4th, and the captain's looking for 5. No, he's not interested.
Levi! Jungle Pentakill is so rare! But I guess it's very hard to chase Taki down. He has flash ready. He also has ultimate ready, so probably looked at the enemy champion and said, okay, there's no way I can ever chase down this Rakan. Just very good chaining on Carti. Now he doesn't have the stopwatch, so...
Oh, B.
Beautifully done,
B
indeed.
is so cracked in this fight.
Also, look at Styles' movement to dodge the Q from Beanjay. That is so beautiful. Tiny little sidestep. Then he dodged the W from Shogun as well, so... He did as much as he could, redeeming himself for the earlier woes in the team fight in the catch in the mid lane, where he just died for free. But it's a quadra kill for Levi. Oh, okay, yes, we turn back the time. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. We just have to watch it.
It's so nice. We see it twice.
Exactly.
Well, 3 times even. But yeah, look, Levi, I don't think he did anything particularly special there. I really do think the rest of the team did the hard yards, but the Viego is the beneficiary, and he is now an absolute just freak of nature.
Yeah, he's so strong. But we saw in one of the team fights in the bot lane, when he doesn't get the reset, if you can shut him down, he's a rather squishy champion for a jungler that is 7 or 8 kills. So, if you can somehow one-shot him, 9 even, then you might be able to win a team fight against GAM. As Hasmid does not want to go into this station.
He doesn't, but he has some friends coming to order him an Uber to go home. They should be able to pull that one together. They're being pursued by someone from the bar. Can they actually find their way out? They can. They've arrived home safely.
Nice counter engage there from Taki, completely shutting off any advancement. Now GAM is still on the chase though. Taki doesn't have anything ready, and Froggy.
Keep running, BJ. Can they actually get in range? I don't think they can get in range to actually land anything.
Look at Kiaya. He's trying desperately to land anything. His champion is so slow. Yeah, it doesn't have the ultimate, so nothing to accomplish here for GAM. They just have to wait for 2 minutes. I know it's annoying if you're this far ahead, you just want to fight all the time, make use of the gold, but in 2 minutes, your win condition spawns. It's Infernal Soul at 22 minutes. So, everything is still going rather smoothly.
That it is, your way. That it is. And this is the most dominant game we've had so far this series. This is the one risk with actually beating GAM, and I know that sounds weird. But sometimes when you beat them, you just make them angry.
Yeah, and I think
so instead of a close 3-0, you get a really dominant 3-1.
Yeah, looking ahead at the next game, because they have a few more chances, or at least one more chance to actually win against GAM, we need to focus on the top lane in the early game. It just can't happen again. This has happened so many times now. If you focus the top lane, if the top lane is your game plan, if you want to attack Kiaya and put Hasmet in a position where you can carry, you can't afford to die every single time on the gank on Kiaya. So, yeah, we need to put the focus on BJ and his first rotation and how he can actually kill Kiaya without dying. Because now the enemy tank is 4-1. You cannot kill him now. So... what are you even doing?
He's really like getting the second half of the tank sort of formation. He already had the armor plating, but now they've strapped a turret to him because he's very fed.
Oh, so he went for potentially the highest HP Assign build I've ever seen, the tier.
Fimbulwinter.
Yeah, Fimbulwinter Sign. So he gets a huge shield every single time he does anything.
BJ takes a little bit of poke, none of it particularly dangerous though. Kaiser's gone for a Nash's your way.
Yeah, that's normal. That's normal. This is the second item.
Is it over the Ludens?
Yeah, you always go Nash's first. Okay. Yeah, because you get both evolutions at once. Kati is chunked rather low. So if they can bypass Kiaya, maybe Kati's target.
I think they need to bypass him though, because they use their CC on Kiaya, deal about 50 damage.
Oh,
and now the fight kicks off in earnest, and it's actually going well for SGB. They've locked down a lot of CC. They've lost their Jarvan. They're about to lose their Rakan. No, he surfs on away, and it's traded back onto Saigon, but they have to deal with the zombie, and they've had bad experiences in the past. Kati needs to be very careful around Tuzmed. Doesn't quite land the shock blast. I don't think he can get away from the Zeri either. He'll go down. Levi, the beneficiary. And the Infernal Soul still remains.
Yeah, you can see how ineffective Shogun is in those team fights. He just there was an amazing engage from Saigon Buffalo. They knocked up everyone, but Shogun did not attack. He just walked back and didn't really do anything. You can see his poke is nice at the start of the fight, but it's not yet enough to dominate the game. He hits... this W didn't hit on Kati. If that hits, you might be able to threaten lethal damage on Kati with an ultimate dive. And this is a really good counter engage. They hit 3 people. It looks amazing, but now look at Shogun. He's just not fighting anymore. Where are his auto attacks?
On the minions. That's a shocker from Shogun. There's nothing else to be said. That's a shocker.
Yeah, the Kaiser really not working, unfortunately, for them. And now we are looking at an Infernal Soul. We are also looking at a 7k gold lead. And the Zeri is close to 3 items. We have an 11-1 Levi on Viego. Actually, one of the champions he hasn't shown in the VCS at all, if I remember correctly.
It's not a very Levi champ.
Really not. He likes to be the first one, and he likes to be the one to make the plays, and rely on other people to bring the damage. Viego is the exact opposite. Viego is the DNK champion. You wait for other people to do stuff, and then you carry the team fight. So it's good to see him adapt to another look.
Oh, there's a catch. Can they actually get it? They do. It's a huge shutdown. Husmed gets a massive gold injection, but here comes the train. Trying to... where are we looking? As Taki caught out, Shogun has to blast Cone away, but now they've got to deal with the big tank, and I don't think they can do it. Look at Style. He's got the heelys on. He coasts into the fight, and GAM have found the angles. SGB are being dissected in front of this Baron. It's another ace, it's a Baron, it's a triple, it's a 2-1.
Oh, that is for sure now. And I think we can come back to your very first call of the game. Where damage? In this fight, it looked abysmal for Saigon Buffalo. They catch Levi. We just talked about Levi being 11-1, being one of the huge carries in the team fights. Then he dies at the start of the fight, but Where's the damage from Saigon Buffalo? Shogun isn't auto-attacking. The mid laner is not really carry champion either. And Hasmid, yeah, he gets some good damage at the start, but he basically blew all of his potential on Levi already. So just look at this. It's a 5v4. How can you win this so comfortably for GAM? You ask yourself. But yeah, it's just the enemy ADC, the mid laner, no one is dealing any damage. Hasmid is trying his best, but... okay, there's nothing really you can do. Style is free to dive into the backline. This was supposed to be the Kai'Sa doing the diving onto the Zeri. Instead, Zeri is the one coming from behind to just free-firing the whole fight. Great team fighting once again shown by GAM, and now they're in a winning position easily.
Your way. What were the first words I said in this cast?
I thought we're damaged.
Where damage.
Yeah, exactly. I just said that.
Damage. I know, and I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying it came true. I know, we're not disagreeing. This is something that you could spot from draft, and I think it's just played out exactly as expected. Obviously, we don't expect Levi to pick up 11 kills. Here comes the Scion. Kiaya trying to single out Froggy. Can't quite do it, but nevertheless, the brick wall has arrived.
Levi's rather low, so they fancy the fight here.
Wow, cool. You put him in the cage. I'm sure he cares.
Also, look at Style, just getting to free fire every single time. There's so much the enemy team has to deal with, so they can't actually keep their eyes on Style. He's just minding his own business. Very quick on the site. Okay, Froggy with an interesting...
minding his own business. Oh, he's spotted by that Zeri W as well. They know exactly where he is. GAM are just going to try and take inside track. They're just daring SGB. They're saying, we're just going to push your base. You have to fight us.
And actually, that's something Style has shown great understanding of. We don't... Oh, okay, well, we have a catch on Scion. Is it a catch?
Yeah, they're going to try and take him down. They don't even kill him. He doesn't even activate the passive. Taki is so deep in behind enemy lines, and in goes the Jace. They managed to kill him, but he's got a passive. They don't get onto the Zeri. The Viego gets a kill. The Victor gets a kill. And GAM have won another fight.
/FF coming in from SGB in this game. There's nothing they can do. The game's over. GAM is going to go to a 2-1 lead once again against Saigon Buffalo. It seems like Saigon Buffalo can never break the wall of the second game but win. They always win one game against GAM, but never two. Best of 3, best of 5, it doesn't matter. They just can't win the second game. Maybe today's different, but this game looked rather devastating.
Many things about the Buffalo